Hi Julia Watts here, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to have another look at the new Winter Wanderlust collection from Elizabeth Craft Designs, part of the Planner Essentials collection. And we're kind of part focusing on this set here that's in front of me. This is 2316 Wintertime word strip. And as you can see, we've got like a half page, I suppose. We've also got the Wintertime there, which has holes in, so you can pop it onto the edge of your page. And then in smaller letters, you've got the same word that you can put over the top as well. Obviously, you can use these separate from the planner page. You don't have to actually have them on the page. Yeah. And you can have this either way, as I'll show you in a minute. So you will find it over on my website, juliawattscrafts.co.uk, and I just ship to UK addresses. And you'll also find it on ecraftdesigns.com. If you enter code juliawattscrafts in the discount code box at checkout, then you'll get 10% discount on orders over $25. Also available from ecraftdesigns.eu. And if you enter discount code juliawattscrafts-EU in the discount code box at checkout, then you'll get 10% discount on orders over €25. And on both websites, that counts for anything that's in your basket as long as it's over $25 or euros. Okie dokie. So as I said, we're going to be using this one here. The papers that I've used, this is a Lustre card from Sentimentally Yours. This is called Majestic Blue, I think. All the details of everything I'm using is in the description of this video. So this paper is actually from the new Winter Wanderlust 12 by 12 paper pack. Sorry, I've cut a little bit out of mine. This is CS338, and you can see we've got shades of browns, greens and dark blues here, plus a few kind of beigey kind of grey tones as well. Beautiful flowers in here, absolutely gorgeous. And you can see on the back page you've got these strips with images, and I'm using one of these in this project. There are 24 designs, it's 12 double-sided sheets, 24 designs, plus you've got your cover, and you've got, this is the bonus here. Some people do cut out the hexagons. Obviously, if you want like little extra embellishments, then you can actually use these for, I don't know, reinforcers perhaps, or snowflakes even. But why would you do that when these images are on the back? These are beautiful. Anywho, that's your Winter Wanderlust 12 by 12 paper pack. And you can see this one is kind of a bit of a montage of different things, but and it's a little bit distressed, but absolutely beautiful. Now this, as I said to you, this die here, it's a part page, it's about a half page, and you can have it like this, which is like that, or of course you can turn it over and have it with the tab in the different place. So obviously, or you can have it righty or lefty, however you want. So what I've done is I've cut it out twice, and this is the back side. So that's going to be one, and then that's going to be another. You could have them together if you wanted to, and then you could pop this on top, and you could have them as like little file inserts if you wanted to. I'm going to do it slightly differently. I do like it like that. But I'm going to do it slightly differently. I'm going to kind of offset them a little bit so that you've got a bigger pocket at the back. And then we've got this base page. There are no full-size base pages in this collection. Let's see if I can get that on properly. So what I've done is I have used the die from the previous collection, from the Botanical Blend. I've used 2280 page with large tab 1. So with this one, obviously, depending on with the orientation, you can have it with the tab at the bottom or the tab at the top. So that's what I've used for my base page. We are going to stamp a little bit before we start constructing. I want to stamp something along here. And we're going to use this new stamp set here. And this is CS438 and it's just called Words. I'm hoping that, seeing as it's brand new and I haven't used it before, I'm hoping I'll be able to stamp it straight. But we'll see, won't we? It is what it is. So I'm going to go into my stamping platform because these are quite, they're kind of distressed but solid. Distressed solid, if you like. So they are quite big chunky stamps. And I did wonder whether Confidential would fit, but I think it's just a little bit smaller. So I think we might have Journal, and then we might use that as well there. So let's see how we get on. Yeah, I think we'll have it up here. Hopefully it's been trimmed straight, in which case we should be okay getting it straight. It might be a bit sticky because it is brand new and it hasn't been used before. And I'm going to stamp, I have been stamping in Pine Cone, which is the brown Versafine Clair, but I'm going to stamp this in black because it's a darker background paper. I want it to really show up, and I have just re-inked it as well. So it should be nice and juicy. And if you're in the UK, you will find Versafine Clairs on my website. So I haven't gone right to the end. Let's see how this lifts off. Oh, that's pretty good actually, because I've inked it. There we go. That looks fab. I'm not going to go again because then they'll be too juicy. And we're going to put that kind of arrow thing, round arrow thing, in there as well. This is great for backgrounds, this stamp set. Do check out Marie Claire's post, because I bet her pages have used this stamp set an awful lot. So we want that little one there. So we're going to be pointing inwards. Hopefully that's straight. Who knows? Who knows? We're just going to go with it. Come on, come on, come on, sticky stamp. And again with the black. There we go. That looks good. Okie dokie. That's a bit like in one of the stamp sets, I think it was in, it might even be in the box envelope, not stamp sets, die sets. In the Once in a Lifetime, there was a die that had an arrow in it like that, which is quite cool because you could use it to kind of hold things. Yeah. Right, so that's CS438 Words. I'm going to do just a tiny bit more because we've got the tabs. Let's grab it this way. We've got the tabs on here as well, or the tab on here as well. Now that's going to be a bit of a challenge to use. I wonder if I can use any of these small ones. Let's just see if we can. If not, then I'm going to use the minis. The minis are my favourite. Let's have a look. Yeah, that's a bit big. No, they're a bit big for that. Right, so that's definitely no. but very good to use with the large tabs from the Botanical Blend collection. Move those out of the way. So the minis at CS383. So I think we want this one that says documented. There it is. I use this one a lot. In fact, we don't want to be in here. Let's pick that up. We don't want to be in here because if we are, then we're going to be pressing down too hard. So documented will just fit in there somewhere. Favourite. We could do with some Christmas minis. Or winter minis. I don't know how you'd find enough words to go with winter though to fill a stamp set like this. There we are, there's documented. Okie dokie. Right. Now we'll start to pull things together. I've got everything inked already. And obviously all cut out, so we'll see how long it takes me to put it together. Not sure if it's all going to work because I haven't done a dry run of this one, so we'll see. Right, let's grab our bits. Right, so we've got our back page here that we stamped onto, and then this one, the idea is that I'm going to have it right the way up to that line there, so it's going to be quite a deep pocket. So if it's a pocket, you want to make sure that you don't, and I do want it to be a nice, I think I do want it to be a nice deep pocket, so I am just going to put glue. I think I'll do it just like that. I'm not going to put glue on the holes because the holes aren't actually going there, they're going here. Yes, have to remember what I'm doing. And we're going to go kind of in line with that. So you can see the word journal nicely, that fits in very well actually. And then we're going to put this other pocket on here like that, so that's nice and wide. Okay, so on this one this is going to be a shallower pocket. And the glue here, and we want it, I'm not going to go right the way around the holes, I don't think, or shall I? Yes, I will actually, change my mind. Okay, and this one's going to go over the holes here. Now it has got a rounded edge to this here, but when we put the Wintertime on top, that's straight, then you won't see the rounded edges on this side, on the whole side. Okay, so it's like a wallet if you like, and you can put things in there. Obviously if you wanted to, you could have stamped journal could be this way up so you could actually read it this way, but I've done it this way. Choices are up to you. Then we're going to pop Wintertime on here, so you see we've got, it looks almost black, doesn't it? But it is a shiny Lustre card. It's a beautiful card, actually. Right, let's get this stuck now on top. Just using some PVA. down the letters. I wasn't sure when I first saw this die whether the letters were going to be, the separate letters were going to be exactly the same size or smaller, but they are smaller. So if you cut them, as I've done, and I'll show you, then you pop them on top of this one and you've got a little mat around it, which is why I've chosen quite a dark card so we can see it. I did originally cut it out of the paper, but because I wanted the multiple pockets, it works better out of a card. There we go. That's all the glue, lots of glue. I think I might finish with glue now, actually. Right. Try and pick it up. And again, we're going to pop it over the holes. See if we can line them up. This is where you see that you've not lined something up properly. That looks pretty good, actually. Press that down. So we've got a pocket here, and we've got a pocket here. Okay. Now we're going to decorate them. So on here we've got the base page, which is the half page, and we've used that twice. Then we've got this die here, which I've just glued on there, and then we've got the letters for Wintertime. Now I've got them all, I've cut them out of, it's called Misty Blue, the card, and I've got them on double-sided adhesive. Originally I did them in white, just rubbishy white card, just to see how they would look, but you can see that they go on there and they've just got a little thin border, and I have inked around the edges with Scorched Timber Distress Oxide. So let's see how we get on sticking these on. The benefit of doing it swings and roundabouts, really. I thought, well, I won't do glue. I'll do glue and then I can move them around if I don't get them on right. But then I thought, well, it takes a lot longer to glue them. So yeah, it's like hit and miss. Now the eyes, where's the other eye? There's the other eye. Try to put them in order. The eyes are two different heights. Can you see? Two different heights. So the smaller one is this one. You can see it's raised. So the smaller one goes there. I'm actually going to put the little release hole bits at the bottom, and the bigger one goes down here. So just beware that they are different sizes, because they are loose dies, so you won't necessarily cut them in the right order. There's the end. Now when we come to the photographs I'm going to use, well, I'm going to use one photograph. I'm doing this as if it's winter 2025 because that's what the release is all about, but it's August as I'm filming this and making these. So clearly the photograph I'm using isn't from this year, but it's more to kind of give you a hint about what you could do, because we journal after the event, don't we, normally? And this release is actually out in December. So yeah, just yeah. So I won't be making one of these exactly for myself this time. Well, I could do a blank one and add photographs later, so I might do that. If you're on the south coast of England, I do run sessions, journaling sessions locally at a place called the Maker's House in Fareham, and that's once a month. It's the third Thursday of the month normally, and it's normally well, you can do 10 till 12 or you can do 10 till 1 or 10:30 till 12:30. It's either 2 or 3 hours, and you choose which hours you want between 10 and 1. Nice group of ladies. Obviously, they all love Elizabeth Craft Designs. If they didn't before they started, they do now. Because I'm sure you know, it's quite an addiction, isn't it? It's not a bad addiction to have though, is it really, craft? It's very good for you, good for your mind. See, that's really popping now, isn't it? It looks white, but it isn't. It's a very, very pale blue card, this. I've used it an awful lot, actually, in my makes, ever since, what's it called? Once in a Lifetime. I nearly said Once Upon a Time. Right, here's the last E. There we go. Okie dokie. That's good, doesn't it? Right, so what I've also got is from this set here, which is 2315 Window Overlay 2. So this isn't a base page again. So it's just got like obviously windows in it, and it's a half page again. It's got a tab on it as well. So it's in the tab's in a different place to this one, as you can see. This tab is at the top, and that's the next one down. Okay, so in here you've got this kind of number strip, but then you've also got numbers, so you can do 20, 25, you can do 20, 26, 20, 27 and 20, 28. Or you could just use those numbers for special anniversaries and things like that if they happen to use those numbers. So don't think you're some missing, because that's what it's supposed to be. And in this set as well, you've got another set of reinforcers. You've got hearts, and I think it's the first time that Esther's done hearts. And it's got the little hole there, so you can put it on your ring with your other ones if you want to. So from this, I've cut out 2025 in the same Misty blue, and this is going to go down here, which is why I wanted a nice deep pocket. I'm not bothered about that tab there, I'm not putting anything on there. A nice deep pocket for it, so we can get those numbers in. Right? So we get these on right now, and again I have edged these with Scorched timber, and they are on Elizabeth Craft Designs double-sided self-adhesive, which I've always said is the best double-sided adhesive for die cutting on the market. Really lovely chunky numbers, these. I would like a whole alphabet like this. I'm sure it won't happen. 20. So obviously you can use these in your when you're starting off your new planner for 2026. I admit my planner for 2025 has gone a bit awry. My life isn't very interesting, so I don't do journaling every week. I don't go anywhere, so don't do much. I do play a lot of board games with my son, but that can get a bit boring. You don't want photographs of just board games, really, do you? Well, I certainly don't want to look at them either. Right, so let's just put that one there like that. Very quite funky letters, numbers those. 2025, right. Okay. So I've also got I'm using this set here, which is 2317 Winter Tag. So we're going to now decorate some tags using this set. But I've also got one of the banners that we're going to pop up here, I think. So good. Yeah. and they're like the ones from the box envelope. Ooh, let's see if I can show you better than that. So they've got like cuts in them to actually make the words. They're really cool actually. So good. I need to be able to see what I'm doing here. Let's have it about there. Is that straight? Okay. Fabulous. Should we, while we're here, let's do the reinforcers. So I've got one of the, this is one of the 6x6 pages. Well, it's a 12x12, but it's got 4 designs in it. And I've just put double-sided adhesive on the back of that, and we've got some little tiny reinforcers. So this is an old set, but obviously it's the same green, so I thought this would look good for our reinforcers. I didn't want anything to go over the letters, so I didn't want, that's why I haven't done the hearts or the other one that's in here. I don't think it matters which way I do these actually. I know they've got writing on them, but it is kind of a collage of writing, so I don't think it matters which way it's going to go, but I'm just going to pull that way. It looks fab just like that, doesn't it? But we have to put something inside these pockets. It's the rules. 2 more. I think I might pop this underneath my MDF mat, under my mat, so that the glue will dry and it will flatten out a wee bit. One more. I do like these little tiny reinforcers because they're you get a lot. You get loads when you cut this one. This is permanently on my desk. And when I have my class, it's like, have you got that? No, I haven't got it. It's at home on my desk. There we go. Fabulous. Put that with the other pile there. Put another pile under there. Let's put that over there. And we'll put this underneath. Okie dokie. Let's work on the tags now. So using this set here, which is our 2317 winter tags, you can see there's 2 tags there. I've got them both cut out, and I've got some bits as well. So this is the smaller one, again cut from one of the papers from the Winter Wanderlust paper pack. You can see the other side, which is really cool as well. I think this is cut from one of the 6x6s as well. That's a 6x6, and that's the other side. And you can see it cuts out a star there instead of just a boring old hole. And then you've also got my bits for this one. You've also got the bigger one. So you see the 2 different sizes. This is a slightly different paper that I've cut this out of. But once again, you've got this half snowflake at the bottom, and you've got the little star cut out at the top. We've also got this here. So this isn't necessarily a tag in the same way because it doesn't have a hole in the top. But what I've done with that one is I've cut it out, and you can see, hopefully you can see, it's got numbers on it as decoration going down here. And then what I've done is I've popped it in, did I pop it in the smaller one? I don't think it really matters. I popped it back in here. And I just positioned it just below where the metal is there, and tried to have my borders even, and then ran it through again. And that way I got a hole in the top of this one as well. Because although you can mat that on there like that, I wanted to mat it on there like that instead. Now yes, the border isn't as big there as it is here and here, but I don't think that really matters. Okay, Right, so let's actually do this bigger one first. I'm going to put the bits for the tiny one to one side, and we'll just do the bigger one first. So I've already inked around the edges with Scorched timber, so let's get this stuck down on here. It's really cool with the little numbers cut out of it. And it should fit nicely over there. And it should be straight-ish. So there's always an ish, okay? Then you've also got in the set, you've got two very large snowflakes, and they correspond with the snowflakes that are at the bottom here. And here's one that's cut out on double-sided adhesive. This little bit comes out, so we can decide whether we want to use it or not. So we'll get this off of the backing and see if we can line it up. Or as near as. That's not too bad. So we can have it without, or we can have it with. I think I'm going to put it with. I think I'm going to put that back in again, because I have inked around the edges, so there is a point of difference with it. So I think I'm going to have that in. Obviously, it's up to you. You could cut that in a different colour, but we're going to put that back in the centre there. This is the image from the front cover that I'm using on this one, and I'm going to pop that over towards the right hand side, because I've got another of the banners, and this is going. Oh, I meant to do that before. I was going to cut that down, so we're not cutting that down. Right, we're going to put this on first then. In that case, I should have stuck it on there and then I could have trimmed it, but you know, I forget what I'm doing. I have no brain at all. Yeah, that's going to go on there. Hopefully that's straight. There we go. And then she can go on here. She's lovely, isn't she, in the snow? Obviously you could put your own photographs on here, but we're using one of the images from the book in this instance. And we're going to have it just down here, I think. It's all right, it's fine, it fits. And then in here, you've got this double die here, and it cuts out a little star, and it cuts out a border star as well. So the little star is obviously the same size as that, but the border star is going to be our reinforcer for tag. See if I've done that right. Yeah, there we go. Cool, isn't it? Okay, so there's one of our tags. We'll put some twine in there in a moment, and then we grab the other tag. So on this one, this is a picture from a few years ago. Might be about 8 or 9 years ago actually. When I lived in Milton Keynes, and you can see how much it snowed one day. So obviously not from this year, but we can always pretend, can't we? Right, so let's put the snowflake on here first. So both the snowflakes are the same size, and then we'll fit on here. So, and they are at the same angle as well. See if we can get that on. There we go. And I'm going, as I've put it in the centre of the other one, we're going to put this one in the centre too. Like so. Then we're going to pop our star reinforcer on. Like so. And then this is just going to go here, I think. I'm not putting a mat on it. And then we can put December 25 underneath here. Like I say, I know it's not, but you know, just to give you an idea of what you could do. And we'll have a little border either side, because it's quite, it's not actually a black and white photograph, but it looks black and white because it was so dark, because it was that, you know, that sort of sky that you get, the snow sky, it was that. And then we can put December 25 on here as well. If I can get the back off. There's always one, isn't there? The last one, I can't get the back off. There we go. There we are. Okay, so that is that. So we've got both of these. We need a little bit of, I think we'll have sparkly twine, and I think we'll have this silvery colour one. I don't know if I've started this one. Where's the end of it? I'm going to have to make an end. Got two ends now. Just tie a knot in that. And the other one. So very simple tags. And we'll get our page out. And we can pop, let's pop one in here. And then pop the other one in here. You have to just be careful that you don't knock the snowflakes about. There we go. There we go. So that's just sticking out of there, like so. Okay. So there we are. There's a page featuring the Wintertime, what's it called? Wintertime strip. Yeah, Wintertime word strip. and some other bits and pieces as well. As I said, you will find details of everything I've used in the description of this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you found it useful. Yeah, you'll find the products over on my website, juliawattscrafts.co.uk, for shipping to UK addresses. You'll also find them over at ecraftdesigns.com in the US and ecraftdesigns.eu in Europe. Do like and subscribe here on my YouTube channel, which is where you are now. Love to read your comments. There are lots of videos available to watch, both with Elizabeth Craft Designs and other companies. And thank you for watching.